Bismillah. Okay, here comes question number 2. Below is a table of major world cities and their time difference in hours relative to London. Give all answers in the 24-hour format. Didn't we do all these kind of questions in the previous papers recently? Here's the time ones, time zone, remember? Okay, question A. What is the time in Madrid when it is midday in London? Now let's get a blue. So we're looking at Madrid, midday in London. So Madrid is how many hours forward? Plus 1. So if it is 12 o'clock in London, so in Madrid it will be? Okay, now, so 12 o'clock in London, so we got to add 1 hour to that. 12 add 1 is? 13. Okay, why we got 1300 hours? Because the questions are being done in 24-hour format. If you write down 1 p.m. or something, then the answer will be wrong. So be careful in that. Okay. What is the time in Tokyo? Hold on. What is the time in Tokyo when it is 10:15 p.m. in New York? Okay, hang on a second. New York, Hong Kong, question mark. Okay. Hang on a second. Tokyo's over here. Hang on a second. So 10:15 p.m. Remember the question is in 24-hour format. So to change 10:15 p.m. into 24-hour clock, what do we do with the 10?
At 12.
At 12. So that gives us what? 22:15. 22:15, and that will be the time in? That's New York. Okay. Okay, we need to go from New York time to Tokyo time. We can do like a halfway house from New York to, what do you call it? Is it UK or the London time?
London time.
London time. Okay, London time. Now, to get from New York to London, what do we do? New York is how many? New York is 5 hours
Ahead. No, behind.
behind. Okay, so to change the New York time into London time, we have to add 5 hours. Okay, and then from London to Tokyo, what do we do? London to Tokyo is 8 hours ahead. Okay, so what we need to do now, we need to add all together to get from New York to Tokyo. We need to add another 13 hours onto the time. So here we go. Here's 22:15. Okay, we're going to add 13 hours now. Should we add 13 hours from adding from here? Or should we use a number line? Let's use a number line. Okay, yeah? So here's 22:15. Okay, this is a quick method as well. 22:15 is the timeline. Okay, let's put on some of the other main points. 22:15. How much time is from 22:15 to the end of the day, which is? How many hours from 22:15 and 12 o'clock midnight?
1:45.
So we got 1 hour and 45 minutes.
We got 12.
Hang on a second. Right. Now, 22:15 is where we started. And we're going to add 1 hour 45 to get to there. How much time do we have left to get to the next, okay. So from 22:15, we've got to add 13 hours on. We already added 1 hour 45. How many hours are left? So 13 minus 1 hour is?
12 hours.
12 hours minus 45 is?
11 hours and 15.
11 hours. So we've got 11 hours 15 to add on. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Add 11 hours 15 will arrive at 11:15. Simple as that. And 11:15 is the answer. Okay. Next question. Jamie is flying from Madrid to New York on a 7-hour flight and leaves Madrid at 11:25. What is the time when he reaches New York? Okay. Right. We know that Madrid is 1 hour ahead of London. So to get from Madrid, if we change that back into the London time, what do? We have to minus the 1 hour because it's 1 hour ahead. Okay? And if we want to get from London time to New York time, and New York is 5 hours behind it. So we have to minus another 5 hours. So to go from Madrid to New York, we're going to have to, what do? minus 6 hours. Okay. So what we can do, we can leave in PM for the moment. So, Faisal, we have 11:25 and I want to minus 11:25 6 hours. So I'm going to park it over here, the 6 under the hours. So 11:25 minus 6, what will that give us?
5:25.
That will give us 5. $25. Okay. Something else. Right. So 525 will give us the answer so far, but we haven't done one step yet. What's the last step? Okay, Iman, can you give me the last step, please? It says that the flight, what we worked as time differences, okay, of between Madrid and New York. Now we need to add on to that the flight time, which was 7 hours. So we have 525 at 725, which gives us 1225. Okay, 1225. Now, okay, remember we were working in PM format. We went back by 6 hours, so that's 5:25 PM. Then we added 7 hours, so that's 12 o'clock midnight plus 25. So if we change that back into 24-hour clock now, what do we do to it? Okay, 24-hour clock, this is midnight, so that will be 00:25. Okay. Remember, when you get to midnight, this is midnight time here. This is midnight. If we get to midnight, midnight's always a 00. We don't write 24. But after 2300 hours, we get to 00, which is equivalent to 24. So that gives an answer of 00:25 is the final answer, and that goes over here. 00:25 is the time which is New York in 24-hour clock format. So if you do use PM, don't forget to change it back to 24-hour clock at the end. Okay, are we happy with that question now?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, right. We need to... Here comes the next question. Part D. When it is midday in New York, it is midnight in Hong Kong. What is the time difference in Hong Kong relative to London? New York to Hong Kong time. From New York to Hong Kong, we said there's a 12-hour difference because we've gone from, let's choose a different color, 1200 hours, and we went to midnight. So we had 12 hours extra. But we said that New York was 5 hours behind, so we minus 5 hours, so we know altogether that this answer will now be a total of 7 hours. Next question, part E. If it is 4:45 PM on a Monday in London, how many of the 5 cities listed above it is it a Tuesday? So we got 4:45 PM. Now 4:45 PM is how many, what's the time in 24-hour clock? Quickly change the 24-hour clock.
16:45.
So we add another 12. So that gives you 16:45. That's a 24-hour clock. Now, they want to know how many of the days have gone to the next day. So 16:45 to get to the next day, what time do you have to get to? You have to reach what time? To get to the next day, we have to be at midnight, which is, in a sense, in 2400 hours. I'll put that in brackets because that's what we mean by midnight. Okay, now, let's have a look. So how many of the, so 16:45, let's have a look. What about New York? Is New York, is it ahead or behind? It's behind. Tokyo is ahead or behind? It's ahead by 8 hours. So if you do 16:45 and we add 8 hours onto it, 16:45 add 8 will give us what time? 24 and 45. So will that be the next day? And the answer is yes. So we know Tokyo will be in the next day. Madrid won't be in the next day. Sydney will definitely be in the next day because that's more than this. And what was Hong Kong? Hong Kong was, how much was it? 7 hours ahead. That one won't be in the next day. So how many of them will it be? It was how many? So that will be 2, and that is the end of that particular question.